Taking out the door weather and more on the road to one of my favorite places, Horsefoot Cove. I think there's music tonight. Always good food and really fun weather. Birds and boats and blue sky this morning. I think there was a little rain on Cape Cod yesterday, but nothing compared to what we saw off Cape. Out the door with no T-Rex. Sun dancers. We get some music. 5 hours until opening. Get your seats now. It's a gorgeous Saturday on Cape Cod. Not so gorgeous off of Cape Cod this morning. Had no idea I'd have so much music. This is fun. So you know I've been here many times. This is where I grew up on Bass River. What a day yesterday. Intense weather, intense traffic. I was 4 miles from a tornado and I was 3 miles from a head-on collision on the Sagamore Bridge. Oh, glad I wasn't closer, that's for sure. But let's start with right now. That is sunshine. Blue sky is sinking air. We have confluent flow aloft on the backside of yesterday's upper low. Now, there are very thick clouds and rain that would be snow in winter in New York and Vermont. Cold air coming in. As a matter of fact, in Orange, Virginia this morning, 52 degrees was one of the coldest temperatures ever recorded there in August. So in order to have violent weather like yesterday, it takes two kinds of weather: warm and humid weather from the tropics and also cold weather coming in from Canada, and it merged right over New England. The low pressure system is stalled now in southeastern Canada. We have, 1,004 occluded low. So there's a lot of instability in the atmosphere. And cool air over relatively warm water. Nantucket Sound already have some ocean effect clouds. And ultimately, most of New England is going to end up being mostly cloudy today due to instability and still a pretty low barometer. You see those little orange dashed lines? Those are troughs, surface troughs. So there's a little surface convergent heating of the sun. Temperature on Mount Washington is 42 degrees, so it's colder air aloft. And that's what's going to cause the instability clouds. And you can see some clouds way out there on the horizon. There is an osprey. Nope, that's not an osprey. That is a cormorant landing over there in the marsh. We have incoming tide. It's going to be high right in the early afternoon. So it is beach weather along the south coast. That's where we're going to have the most sunshine from here to from Connecticut to Cape Cod. Where are the osprey? I was hoping for an osprey in my out-the-door weather and more this morning. Gorgeous day. The wind out of the west is best. The dew point is down in the 50s. High pressure that's so cool over the mid-Atlantic states is going to go offshore tonight. Nice radiational cooling, a new moon in the sky. Will be kind of chilly tomorrow morning, 40s and 50s, but it's going to recover really quickly. Tomorrow it's gradually going to become more humid. Falmouth road race, sunshine, 70s, slight west wind, and then late in the day it's going to get sticky tomorrow night. Now that high is offshore and we have a front coming in from the north on Monday. It's going to be warm to hot and humid near the dew point near 70, a temperature close to 90, I think, in a lot of spots on Monday, before a real intense backdoor cold front brings a shower and a thunderstorm to northern New England, but it's going to be kind of a dry frontal passage for southern New England, I think. We'll have some clouds come in, so you'll really notice the cool off on Monday evening. And then the hurricane repellent flow from Canada is going to protect us from anything in the tropics. Midweek looks really nice here. The tropics. Oh, it's not good news. Hillary is going to dump more than a year's worth of rain for some of these desert locations near where? Las Vegas, I guess, and those mountains in Southern California that had that disastrous heavy snow back in early January. That same area probably still recovering, collapsed roofs and all. Now it's going to be a major flood threat in California. Hillary is going to decay, but the rainfall is going to stay intact all the way up into southwestern Canada. And then you can make it out on this precipitation chart. The dome of high pressure locked in the middle of the nation, the ring of fire or rain and thunder and tropical energy going around it. And it looks like the energy from Hillary may try and ignite over New England again when it gets here next Friday, Saturday. We're going to have another cold front coming in from Canada. It's going to merge with whatever kind of remnant moisture there is from Hillary. And the guidance puts out a 1,002 millibar low over Nantucket next Saturday night. So the 7 to 8 day forecast hasn't been working out too well lately, but That's going to be really interesting. And in the Atlantic Ocean, what was an orange hash yesterday near the Caribbean is now a yellow hash. However, there's an orange hash now in the Gulf of Mexico, so it looks like tropical trouble for Texas coming in, regardless of whether it gets named or not, flooding for Texas. And also the one way out there in the Atlantic Ocean, that one probably becomes Emily first. That one's got the red hash now. That likely stays out over the ocean. We can see the guidance here showing not as vigorous low coming across the Caribbean and slowing down. Looks like a tropical storm now instead of a hurricane near Hispaniola, and then the hurricane would be way out there and probably staying well out to sea. All right, so that's in a nutshell, pretty good weather for New England. So we're doing pretty well. We're gonna have an osprey here. Osprey gonna fly right over my head. Come on. No, that's not an osprey. You can see they've been eating. The blue crabs don't look as big here in Horsefoot Cove as they do down in Fallon's Pond. So it is crabbing season. It is end of season, end of summer picnic season, hosting a party. Oh, there we go. Hosting a party for 65 of my neighbors today. Well, we're all hosting. It's a community effort. That's going to be pretty good. I was hoping to get an osprey having its breakfast here this morning. Instead, I'm just making enough noise to wake up the people that sleep on their boats at the Bass River Marina, and those clouds are getting thicker by the second. Yesterday, it was 8:47 a.m. Janet got me walking around out there under the umbrella. Little did I know that there was a tornado touching down in 4 or 5 miles to my south in Weymouth. I was doing the play-by-play. I knew there was a tornado warning. I had never gone on YouTube Live before, but here's what I said at, 8:38. Sure enough, not even done editing, 8:38 a.m. and a tornado warning over Narragansett Bay. That cell's headed right for us. Should be interesting. Yeah, it's those overshooting tops on the visible satellite that always are a giveaway now from me, that those are the real deal clouds and capable of producing a tornado. That graphic that you see in Wikipedia about the overshooting tops, look at the bottom of it very carefully. There's a tornado there. And the last 2 times I've seen the overshooting tops, we've verified with a tornado. 3 tornadoes so far counted in New England. F2 in Scituate, Rhode Island. Wow, Tony Petrarca all over that. And that one in Weymouth, Big Mouth, Big Belly, our buddy on Twitter, has some images from his friend. Yeah, to poke a branch through a roof like that, that's tornadic damage. So definitely a tornado in Weymouth yesterday. I couldn't see it on the what I was doing, my YouTube live shot, so I was more just kind of calling the play-by-play on the weather at my house. And then headed south for so much to do here on Cape Cod and so busy. And right as I was passing the exit formerly known as 2, it's now 3 because it's 3 miles from the bridge, right at that instant at 3:15, little did I know there was a head-on crash on the Sagamore Bridge and they had to close both lanes going over the bridge. It took almost 2 hours to get over the bridge at that point, and it was too late to get off the highway. A lot of people passing us on the right, and rightly so, to head over to the Bourne Bridge, which I heard was equally as jammed. So I don't think there were any fatalities, but people had to go to the hospital. I got the image of the SUV involved going by. I can slow it down for you there. And so we'll do a day of just firsts for me. So close to a tornado. My first ever YouTube live shot. Very close to a head-on collision in Sagamore. Breathe, Tim. It's a beautiful Saturday. It's a busy one here, but yesterday had a happy ending, so hopefully your day also, and weekend and summer, is having a happy ending. Hey, summer's not over. We got a couple more weeks to go. Chill out, Tim. Chill. We lost power for about a half hour this morning. I'm not sure if this is related, but I do see some tree damage around here. So I'm thinking maybe lightning more than wind. Yeah, all right. It's been 45 minutes to go, a mile and a half, still a mile away from the bridge. Second week in a row I managed to pick the time with an accident. This should be interesting. Man with a boat just pulled into that lane a few minutes ago. Oh, he left just not enough room. We're really losing our minds around here now. 4:35, I just saw a wrecker pull a car off the bridge. So it looks like there was an accident right on the bridge. New record for me. Let's see. Went by that last exit formerly known as 2, which is close to 3 miles back there at 4:15 now. I mean 3:15. There it goes. Oh man, messed up, huh? There's the other one. How did they hit so hard? A Rover and a Lexus. Yeah, the 1%ers. Oh wait, I'm in a Rover. Anyhow, they just cleared the accident. And let's do the math. 60 plus, oh, got this fancy car doing a fast one right in front of me. There must be some rain coming in. Can't plan this stuff. Texas A&M alum there. Boom, roof is up. Well done. Yeah, try and find levity. All right. Yeah, I always try and say, oh, that's it for and more, and then I end up getting so much more, including the traffic. That was horrible. I hope everyone's okay from that accident. And when I arrived on Cape Cod, it was kind of rainy and cloudy, and I was not in a very good mood, but behind every trough, there's a ridge. And this is all payback. Beautiful Friday evening on Fallons Pond. Wouldn't you agree? What's that, Chuck? You want me to get closer to the water? All right.
Oh, please.
I've done this before.
Wait, okay.
What? You've never done this? Grew up here. You know where to stop. Ah, what an evening. Beautiful. No trespassing, private beach. You can go on our beach anytime you want. It's right over there. See? Haha, right there. Thanks for coming, Maggie. See you tomorrow. Never get enough. All right, I can see some pretty big cumulus way out there on the horizon, but it's much less humid. It's beautiful air coming in for our weekend. That is confluence aloft, causing the air to sink. And that's what makes blue sky and sunshine, as opposed to difluence aloft, which causes the air to rise and makes showers and thunderstorms. That's all out to sea for a couple of days.